Okay, so we're trying something new here with this. I got Coach Gurska here with me, and we're going to talk through this Flyers clip here. So we're going to let it play through, and then we're going to talk through the details. All right, Gursk. So what are you seeing here at the beginning? We'll start with this catch in the neutral zone.
Yeah. So I think we decided that was Bobby Brink who makes this catch. And one great thing about it is how well he's able to maintain his speed, but also his ability to continue to threaten the middle of the ice off his touch, right? Like it'd be really easy right now to continue his route just down the wall. But if you watch, he kind of lets the puck continue to do the work for him and spots it out there. And now he continues to fight for inside ice, which actually forces that strong side D-man to really have to chase him in an uncomfortable way, getting him to reach and overextend.
Yeah, so you can see how long it takes him to recover off of this, right? Like all that space separation.
Exactly. And now when he cuts up, he's standing at the dot rather than, kind of glued to the wall at the independent sign there.
Right. So if we look at it from just like a quick drawing perspective, had he stayed down the wall, he would have probably ended up somewhere over here, which is a way less threatening position than here.
Yeah, and not even less, more so less threatening than it is just, it's so much more difficult to keep your hands free to make a play from over there.
Yep. Especially backhand, right? Coaches don't like the backhand. We're not in that world. But you just have less ability to make hard plays when needed. So there's some validity to that, I suppose. But anyways, so yeah, I love it, right? Like again, becoming a threat right away. I mean, even in back here at the blue, you see just like how close the D-man, in this case Ryan Shea, is to getting this poke. That little space, drive in, cut back. Now we got to talk about Tippett here because this is a big thing that we talk obviously a lot about with the guys. Is just it's understanding what you've got, understanding the value of the slot line. Like if he sticks here as opposed to skating back into the slot line, right? Look at how compromised the goalie is, right? So at this point, if he sticks, or you even mentioned that he could even come down this way with it to keep the goalie rotating, but instead he pushes this way while the goalie moves this way, so they're each taking up more of the net as this happens. So he's pushing in as the goalie's coming across, and now they're both shrinking the net on themselves. The goalie wants that to happen. The shooter should never want that to happen. We could also talk about the catch, the jaw drop, like how much he has to rotate with his feet kind of basically now. They were in a pretty good neutral spot here, but because he skates so fast, he ends up catching it kind of behind himself. Now there's really no way to kind of turn and get a good shot off at this point. He kind of jams himself.
100%.
Where here, because he's so wide early, like why would we not just start in a little bit more towards the dot line, stay neutral, and then adjust once the puck comes, as opposed to now he becomes very route dependent, right? He chooses his own destiny and ends up shrinking the space on himself, where if he's waiting up here, he's got much more opportunity to stay in the window the D-man give him. He basically skates through it.
And this is, just for anyone wanting to work on, like you want to call them skills or anything, like something that you and I spend a lot of time working with guys on is the ability to handle not great pucks, like whether it's in your feet, it's a little wobbly, it's a little bit in front of you, a little bit behind you, and how well are you able to adjust to it and to be able to, still execute the best play that you can off of it, in a timely manner. And I think this is a prime example of one of those not bad, but certainly an imperfect puck.
Right.
That could have been, a goal, but ends up, kind of just being a save, and nothing really comes of it.
So now let's just flip the script here real quick, and let's just talk through Pittsburgh defensively, because right now they're in an okay spot. We're locked on. Seven's in a pretty good spot, and it's a foot race between 20 and 48 here to get up ice. So what are you seeing here?
Well, one, we mentioned Shea, the strong side D man. So as Brink catches this, we notice he sets his feet, lunges, and swipes at that puck, and now he's already he's done for. Right now, he's overextended. His feet are set, and he's chasing this play. Where as opposed to, again, if we go back to the catch, if he just takes one more stride and continues to go stick on puck and skates right through Brink's hands, this play again is probably done much sooner near the blue line. That was another detail that I just kind of saw on the fourth or fifth watch here is reach, stop moving, swipe your stick, and now you're chasing it.
And then what do we see from 7? Do we like where 7 is?
Love it, right? Like, you're always working in relation to the other players on the ice. And I'd say right now he's in a great spot, kind of, like he could be below the like little kind of lightning bolt, but instead he's above it, and he's tight enough to the next 2 checks coming into the zone where he would be in a great spot to take that next closest threat, which in this case would be 48. This is a pretty generic slide and squeeze situation where strong side D takes the puck carrier, 7's going to take that strong sided driver, and 20 would be able to take 74 on the weak side there.
Right. So we would say the error now at this point then becomes on the forward not sorting properly.
Yep.
Which I agree with. I think it's so we would say communication back at this point between these two players would be paramount.
100%.
And then at that
point,
and
then it could go another way where maybe like 48, I think that's Frost, falls in behind Brink, and Tippett continues to drive to the back post, and then that could be a situation where that weak side D7 wants to take that immediate threat to the net on the backside, and then 20 is going to go up and play Frost if he went out for like a drop option.
Right. So yeah, very fascinating play here. So we're going to do a bunch of these videos, guys. Some of them are going to be a little bit longer like this. Some of them will stay short. But I think it's just fascinating to kind of talk through both sides of the puck and to get a couple other voices in this so we can really, really dissect the game at a super detailed level.